quite tall, some length, a little bit of substance about her, and yeah, as you can see there, she's taken it very calmly as well.
Runs in the colours of the Tudor Part stud. They'll be worn by Ryan Moore, and she's trained by Richard Fahey. She is a newcomer. Move to number 15, and this is Spirit of Xi'an going to post.
Yeah, again, fine, slightly unfurnished, a little bit on the leg. Again, you get quite a good picture there. She's all legs compared to number 3, for example, and she is a little bit keen going down.
She is keen, isn't she? In the hands of Pat Dobbs for Richard Hannon. She heads to post. Then we have number 13, No Delusion. This is a street cry filly trained by Godolphin's Charlie Appleby. You like this one?
Yeah, it's the one I like most. Just pure paddock appeal. Again, you just see a really good-bodied, strong filly. Run, I think, may improve her a little bit, but she's certainly pretty ready. Two-handed, as you can see, like they always do, but very calm and taking it well. And we've got some substance about her.
Yeah, a nice-looking filly, Michael Barcelona rides. Next, we move to number 6, who is Gold Waltz, an acclamation filly trained by Rafe Beckett.
Yeah, quite lengthy, some substance again. As I say, it's a good field. Certainly speedily bred, speedy family, both sides, by acclamation, and real speed on the dam side as well. Hooded for debut.
Indeed, and Jim Crowley will be on board shortly. Next we have number 2, Artfully, for Ed Walker. This horse has been backed, and you're not surprised given what she looks like.
That was my second one. Slightly on toe would be my only slight negative, but again, strong, quite a well-made filly. She's a half-sister to a couple of winners, but just on appearance, she had a little bit more about her than some.
She's an art connoisseur filly, trained by Ed Walker, as I mentioned, the mount of William Buick. So that's a selection of the horses that we've seen in the paddock, and we can now move out to live shots on the track. If it's possible to pick up individual horses, I wouldn't mind having a look at number 1, which is GHUWARIYAH, I hope. James Doyle is on this newcomer for Kevin Ryan. She's an acclamation filly, and the colours are green with a gold hoop and gold sleeves. Well,
again, she's interestingly, but she's another acclamation. She's from a family which is producing good horses, Gospel Choir, many people will remember. And I thought she was what I'd call sort of a now filly. She's racy, she's quite attractive. Not the biggest, but she looks like a ready 2-year-old. This was a race last year, remember, which really worked out well. We were here doing it, and 2 of the horses who ran it are running in the 1,000 guineas. Ritsina, who's favourite, and Kyoshi. They didn't win, so not necessarily, it won't be necessarily the winners, which will be the best horses, but there's a lot of substance. I was here yesterday, and this has got much more substance than the 2-year-old race that took place then, in my opinion.
Okay, that's great shots of GHUWARIYAH. And she's wearing a sheepskin noseband for her debut. Let's see if we can find number 3 now, who's one of 2 horses in the field with prior experience. This is Bailey's Pursuit, but it will be her turf debut. She's number 3 in the yellow colours with the green stripe sleeves.
Yeah, she was slightly on toes, still is a little bit, but she was in the paddock. She's had a run. She was a 6-to-1 chance, got beaten 17 lengths on a debut at Kempton, and was green, never in the hunt at all.
OK, if we move on to number 5, who's in the maroon silks, that's Charles Bishop in those, with the fawn cap, and there's a fawn hoop on each sleeve. El Che, who's trained by Mick Shannon.
Yeah, Winker Watson, who was a decent 2-year-old a few years ago. She's a half-sister to a 5-furlong selling winner, this horse. Leggy, not the biggest in the world, but, again, pretty straight, obviously.
I've missed out number 4, who's in the white colours with the black seams and black stripes on the sleeves. That's Sylvester de Souza on Belfie, who's trained by David Brown. Yeah, it's a McPhee, and I'm sure the people from Qatar will do very keen on McPhee doing well. There's a couple of McPhees in this race. It's out of an 11-furlong French winner, so whether it'll be a sharp 2-year-old, I don't know. A neat filly, I described her as. OK, let's see if we can find some others. Number 12, Mary McPhee, in the fawn colours with the 3 blue chevrons and the blue cap. Jamie Spencer is wearing those on this McPhee filly again. Charles Hill's trained. Yeah, quite tall, as you say, another McPhee, cost a few bob as well. She's a half-sister to 5 winners, several of them at 2-year-olds, and quite precocious. On breeding, I thought she was of some interest, and on appearance, she's quite tall. She was slightly on her toes. And if we move to number 14 in the black colours with the red V, red dots on the sleeves, red cap, that's Rise Up Lotus, who's the Sabre companion. This is a Zebedee filly, trained by Charles Hills, as I mentioned. Paul Hannigan on board.
Yeah, I thought she was interested on breeding. Half-sister to 3 winners, who all won at 2. Zebedee, who was a beautiful 2-year-old sprinter in his own right. And as a horse, again, it looked a 2-year-old, really. It was slightly leggy, again, quite a racy type.
Just behind her is number 16, Tarando, in the Midland Park Racing colours. Important runners for them today. Michael Bell trains this Equiano filly again. Tom Queally on board.
Athletic was my description. Equiano, as you know, top Spanish sprinter. A half sister to a useful 2-year-old in Hoyam. Cost 20,000 guineas as a yearling. As a foal, 80,000 guineas as a yearling.
Just approaching the stalls in the green colours is Granny Alice, number 7. Andrea Zeni riding for Noel Quinlan. You can just see her there.
Yeah, I wonder if she's slightly needed the run, but maybe we'll see. Inticab, who's a top-class miler from a speedy family, several of them precocious. Thought the run wouldn't be lost on her.
And if we pan left, we'll find another horse in green, Kieran Fallon in those darker green silks with the red seams. London Life, who's the other filly already to have experience.
It didn't show an awful lot, kept on and late on at Leicester. I quite liked her as a horse. Again, she was looked really well in her coat and quite an athletic type. I thought she was, not unattractive.
Significant money for Gold Waltz, into 7-1 from 12-1. No Delusion is 6s. Lacing has shortened into 2-1. Spirit of Jean, who I will check with Simon Holt whether I'm pronouncing that anywhere near correctly in a moment, 8-1 from 5s. Mary McPhee is 9-1. 12-1 Belfie. Then we've got Art Filly, who's 16-1. Some interest, that's rather levelled out. 18-1 London Life, and it's 20-1 and upwards the rest. So you've seen a good selection of these horses for our first race. I'm just wondering if any of those still standing back we haven't seen close up. No, I think we've seen all of those, haven't we? Just a little bit on her toes there, Bailey's Pursuit, you can see on the left-hand side. Yeah,
she was, as I say, although she's had a run, she was in the preliminaries as well, so I don't know if she wasn't a debut or wasn't at Kempton that day.
We didn't get a chance to see Co-Destiny. She's already loaded into 11.
Sorry, what number? I beg your pardon.
9.
Number 9. Yeah, she's slightly unfurnished, I thought, breeding-wise from a family that might do a little bit better over further, I thought. Well, Kodiak, to be fair, the sire was a sharp horse.
That's Rise Up Lotus is having to be prized into stall 1. And finally, the last horse, the only horse we haven't mentioned yet, is number 8, Julia Stardust, who does not take the eye.
No, that was edgy in the pre-parade, definitely carrying condition and definitely not come in her coat. So, I would be staggered. And to be fair, she was a very cheap purchase at 800 guineas.
And what do you think will happen about in terms of where they race here?
Well, I hope they race up the centre. That seemed to be the place to be yesterday, and sure, it benefits horses on their first runs to race among other horses.
Yes, so we had a split field yesterday.
We did. I don't know how that is in a maiden race. I'm not sure. Unless you think you're getting a marked advantage, I'm never sure how much good that does. I'm sure.
In terms of experience.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of them are very lightly raced horses, so I'm hoping they go out the middle. But we'll see.
OK, this is the Montaz restaurant, which I'm reliably told is a very good Indian restaurant near the Clock Tower in Newmarket, I'm told. I should bear that in mind for future reference. This is the Montaz restaurant, EBF Stallions, Maiden Fillies Stakes. It's over 5 furlongs, just a few to come forward. Time to introduce our commentator, Simon Holt, who can tell me how to correctly pronounce number 15.
I think it's Spirit of Zion. Lydia, we've got 1 or 2 green ones, not surprisingly, here at the stalls. Bailey's Pursuit, they're rearing up in the gate. Rise Up Lotus was difficult to lose. Here's Lacing, the favourite, going forward, and just about the last one under Ryan Moore. Lacing going in. They're all set. 16 2-year-old fillies. And they're off. Bailey's Pursuit was slow to go, so too Mary McPhee. Godolphin's No Delusion was very slow out, so too Julia Stardust. Towards the 4, Granny Alice in the centre in light green colours. GHUWARIYAH on the near side in the noseband. Showing speed, Art Filly in blue and yellow. Tarando light blue, probably just about the leader on the far side from the grey Rise Up Lotus. Then Belfie chasing them hard. London Life and El Che. Gold Waltz is in touch with Co-Destiny in a dark blue jacket. Spirit of Zion on the extreme right, dark blue sleeves. Lacing's got plenty of catching up to do at the moment. Ryan Moore is rowing away on the favourite as they head down inside the final 2 furlongs and into the dip. In the centre, it's Granny Alice, GHUWARIYAH near side, London Life. Far side, El Che coming through with the lighter grey Rise Up Lotus, Belfie, Tarando. Spirit of Zion on the near side, finishing off pretty well. El Che just shows the way. London Life, Belfie, Rise Up Lotus running out of room, GHUWARIYAH, and Spirit of Zion, bunch finish. Spirit of Zion on the near side, El Che, GHUWARIYAH, London Life just behind them.
Photo called, but it does look like Spirit of Zion has won for Pat Dobbs and Richard Hannon. Just getting there ahead of GHUWARIYAH for James Doyle and Kevin Ryan. Also there was El Che, who came towards the outside with a good-looking one as well. Looks like she's held on for 3rd. And in 4th, that looks like London Life, who's done best of those horses with experience. And she looks like she has got 4th place. There is the blow-up. of the position on the line, it would seem fairly clear-cut, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It might be on her toes going down, but she found a good turn of foot later on. That will clear Simon's lungs, wasn't it? That was a race where things were changing a lot in the final furlong. I thought on
just get his eye.
I think he coped pretty well there. That was a difficult call, but yeah, I'm sure she's won. But we'll see. There's plenty of green and slow ones, weren't there? No surprise that Bailey's Pursuit missed the break, given how she was behaving. Whatever chance No Delusion had was lost at the stalls as well.
Here's the result of the
get the official result.
First place. First, number 15, Spirit of Zian.
Spirit of Zian has won for Pat Dobbs and Richard Hannon. Second, Al GHUWARIYAH for James Doyle and Kevin Ryan. Third, El Che for Mick Shannon and Charles Bishop. And we have a full replay from the start. You'll be able to see the horses that started slowly. No Delusion markedly from stall 3. You'll see fluffed her chance at the start, and also more worryingly, a horse having a second start. Bailey's Pursuit also fluffed it.
Yeah, I'd say that the demeanour beforehand suggested that. Mary McPhee also slowly away and quite green early on. The horses at the back is extremely green. Is that Julia Stars? I think it might be. They were spread, they did race up the middle, which was good. The winner chased them early on, didn't pick up as immediately, and then saw it out sort of best of all. But I mean, there were 8, 9, 10 horses with every chance. I'm trying to think who showed particularly good pace. The grey horse was up there all the way, rise up low. El Che, who's done better. The two on the far side. I thought Taranado, who weakened very late on, but ran really well. Belfi ran well for a long way. And the winners come on the stand side. That probably helped, but she's really picked up late on. She's got the best of the racy Al GHUWARIYAH, who's so did look a 2-year-old. The horse who was favourite, Lacing, has made some nice late headway and will almost certainly benefit from this. I thought that was quite a promising appearance by the Cheveley Park runner.
For later on, keep an eye on that grey horse on the left-hand side who was slightly reluctant to load Rise Up Lotus. I think Paul Hannigan had to stop riding in the closing stages. I think he was short of room.
Right, OK. You can see there the Godolphin runner who, to say, missed the break badly, and again for the first furlong or so